That's good. This should be fun. Wait for it to make sure it's going on. And we shall be streaming momentarily. We are recording. Oh, would you do me a favor?
Oh, you forgot to turn the fan off.
I'm wondering, why am I getting all this information in here?
Information?
Well, yeah, data. It's showing because the fan is running. Hey, folks, welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast on a special day and time. And I'm still waiting for it. There we go. I'm waiting for the stream to come up. We are now streaming. Excellent. And if you're hearing a hiss in the background, it's not from all the snakes in the area. It is because I left the fan on. It's hot in the GeoSnippits studios today. And we had the fan on. So that's a lot better. So that should sound a whole lot better. And we'll let Miss Amy get in place. Anyways, welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, postponed edition. And you will be able to tell right away once Miss Amy gets her microphone and say hi to the nice people.
Together.
Say hi to the nice people. We got a lot of people in the chat room already.
Hi to the nice people. Why am I saying hi?
Because they sound like this.
Oh.
That's why.
Yes.
Yes, if you didn't know, and I'm sure you did, if you went, where is their podcast on Friday morning as usual? That is because we did not do the show on Friday or on Thursday evening.
We didn't do it Friday either.
No, we did not. And Miss Amy was very, very sick, and you could tell she still has some remnants. So if they talk like this, you're just going to have to ignore her. She's got to stuffed up everything.
Yes.
But hey, by the way, why don't you actually say thank you to the nice people that sent in all the nice words. Oh
yes, thank you very much. I was very surprised.
Yes, me too.
That was very nice.
That didn't come out right, but yes, it was pretty amazing. Where I saw comments like, if Amy is sick, it's okay. But if Andy's sick, the show must go on.
Did you really?
Yeah, I saw.
You said that?
The comment said that.
Oh.
And then there was just tons and tons of well wishes for Miss Amy, which I love because
That's
I
so
know
nice.
I know you guys love her, and it's awesome. Apparently, I'm still just the bloke that goes geocaching with her, as one person put it.
That was pretty funny.
But no, it was one of those things, and it was just a.
I even got a recipe that I haven't tried yet.
Yes.
Yet.
Yes, it's a home remedy for. It's either to help cure you of your ailments or make you so much that you don't care.
Oh, it's just a shot. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a shot, all right. So yeah, it was interesting. It really was a lot of fun. She was out for how many days now?
Last night,
Wednesday.
I came home Wednesday from work and did not leave the house until last night.
Yes, and even then, that was just to go out for something to eat.
Yeah, even then it was hit and miss for a while.
So yeah, she was not feeling well, and still she was up for it for today, which is great because we need her, and apparently you guys do too. So that's a good thing. So yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this at a very weird and bizarre time, and so
I'm starting to sweat.
Are you already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead. I know everybody wanted to know that. Sorry. I'm like, see, now everything's just starting to come out of my mouth. I don't know why. Anyway.
Have you had any cold medicine?
Not today.
No?
No.
Oh, this should be interesting. We'll see. We'll see how long her lasts. We'll start bids now as far how many minutes she'll take until we're done with the show if she passes out and or has to leave.
No, I'll be fine.
Okay, that's good. We'll see what happens. So anyways, that's...
I think you got two other people that can hook up.
Yeah. Well, we We got a lot of people in the chat room right now, and we're gonna see about bringing on. I've got
surprise.
We've got some surprise guests we're gonna bring in, and if you've been to the Hangouts, you'll know.
Don't tell it.
Oh, I won't say it.
Don't tell. Nobody tell.
Nobody tell nothing. All right, we'll see if we can get them on. They're in the chat room, and we'll see if we can bring them on during the show.
Oh, well, now you gave it away.
Okay, I lied completely. They're space aliens from the planet Quizbang, and
Quizbang.
Yes. Well, they're actually in the United States. There was actually a cereal named Quix. Qix. Yes. No, you, just Quix.
Yeah.
And the main character on it was an alien.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was an alien with a.
Oh,
thing
that's
out of
Kix. I was thinking a rabbit.
Yeah, no, that's Trix, honey. That's different.
Trix.
There was Trix, which had the rabbit.
Whatever, just give me.
There was Kix, which was that nasty stuff in an orange box that nobody wanted. And then there was Quix, which was nasty stuff in a box with sugar.
See, that's why I don't know it.
And so, anyways, the alien came from Quixbang.
I ate Rice Krispies. I ate Chex, Cheerios.
Boring.
With bananas.
Wow.
Welcome to my parents.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It is. So anyways, welcome to the pre-show. I didn't think we were going to do a full half hour. We're going to do a couple minutes, just make sure everything's set up, and we'll just make it extra special for the patrons this week for the pre-show, because I'm really slightly concerned about Miss Amy and how long she's going to go, and having her be able to go an hour and a half. I'm not quite sure she's.
Oh, I'll be fine. They're taking bets on how long it's going to take before I belch.
Well, you only have regular water, so it's.
Yeah.
I'm more apt to do it than you are.
Yeah, you got the fizzy stuff.
I got the fizzy stuff, so it's like nothing more professional than drinking fizzy stuff while you're doing live broadcasts when it comes to things like that. So, yeah, we got we got a lot of cool stuff. What other background stuff do we have going on? If you hear, by the way, if suddenly,
that is good.
Yes, if you suddenly start hearing our dog barking, or the doorbell ringing, or a bunch of pounding outside, we have right now some construction crews. They're actually should be coming back from lunch pretty soon. It's only been 2 hours, and that's
how they roll.
Yeah, that's how they roll. And they're going to be coming in the backyard and the front yard and repairing and actually shoring up the deck that we have.
Mm-hmm. It actually shakes when the
dog
runs on.
Yeah, because I've got a frisbee catching dog, Emily, and so when she's got a route where she will run out off the deck down into the yard, we'll throw the frisbee, she'll catch it, she'll bring it back up on the deck and drop it, and every time she runs up on the deck and drops it, the whole deck you could feel do one of these things.
Yeah. And
this is an old house, we're renting it, and they're just the rental people are fixing everything up right now. And so they're staining the front porch deck area, and then they're also reshoring up and restaining the back deck. So I don't know if anybody's noticed, but if they do the front and the back at the same time, we may be in this house a little longer than we wanted, because what do you do? We actually thought about that earlier today when we were coming in. It's like, if they got the deck tore apart in the backyard and the front porch is completely stained, how are we going to get back in the house? But fortunately, the timing allowed us to get in. Getting out might be a different story today, so we may be stuck here longer than we want. Other than that, we are getting ready for next week. Next week is the NYCO, that would be New York, NCGO, North Carolina Geocaching Organization. They're going to be having their fall fling. It's kind of the biggest event that the geocaching organization has every year, and it's going to be next week.
Oh my
gosh! Do I want to ask? That's why we have Amy. She's turning 7 shades of red, so this is going to be good. I got to see this. I don't even want to know.
They told me to get a beer because it works for Collin, and I'm like, well, I can't do bubbles, with my
right. You can't drink anything.
Drinks.
You can't drink anything carbonated.
He said, "Excuse me."
Yes.
And immediately I knew that was going to go bad. So
yeah, she can't do anything carbonated. So.
And then Collin went to Bubbles and Monkey.
Yeah.
Bubbles the monkey.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, drinks. I can't do bubbles in my drinks.
Yeah, we due to popular belief from most people on the other side of the planet, we do not all have monkeys.
No.
We just don't. Dogs and cats are pretty much in birds and fish, and that's pretty much it. The occasional python that we let loose in the Everglades, but that's about it. You're just going to be in the corner. I'm just going to mute your mic, and we'll be fine.
Did you actually mute it?
No, I did not. I just went like this, so it looked like I did.
Oh, now they want me to snort.
She's close to snorting. You've already got her a shade of red that's only found on my T-shirt.
They're funny.
Looks aren't everything.
Oh no, that was good. That was good. Oh, you guys have got to stop. I got to quit reading the chat room.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
All right. You're gonna have to read this whole show because I can't.
Jeez.
Oh.
Wow.
You waited till I could come on.
Yes, I did.
Okay, let's do this.
This is what happens with medication and stuff.
Oh.
All right. So anything else that we can have in the?
Oh, please God, no.
Because if I let them loose in the show now, we're never going to get started. That's the whole point.
I know.
All right. So for the people that are going to be coming on the show, we got a couple special guests if we can get them on, and if that happens, we will get them on, and we'll try to get as much of the structured part of the show in place. And then we will ask them their geocaching insights when we get into the content area.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's content when they're here?
We have content.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We actually do. So for the people that are going to be coming on the show, and you know who you are, we'll have you on in a few minutes right when we get talking about the show itself. And we'll send an invite. Sancto, Domino Sancto. We will see what happens. All right, folks. We're going to end the pre-show a little early. Like I said, I want to make sure Amy's going to be able to make it through the whole show. We'll send this part out to you fine folks, and we hope you enjoyed it. And we will be getting into the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I hope that's what it is.
What?
And we'll go from there so that we can do things. So let me get into here and get into here, and we'll do that because that's a good thing. All right. Any last things, my dear, before we start? We all set?
Yeah.
All right. Sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, your favorite snack. Put us up on the big TV or on your screen, on your smartphone, on your tablet, whatever works. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is going to be coming to you, right about now. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Hello. The insanity has started already. Yeah. We're sitting here listening to the music as we're going through, and Amy's going, poke, poke, poke. What medicine are you on? I'm just saying, or is it just life?
Yeah, I'm just how life, baby.
All right, and we're going to keep that right there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, it is October 4th, 2014, and in the next hour or so, give or take how long. We got special guests. This could go for a week. Both co-hosts,
Oh, no,
Amy,
it can't. I'll be asleep.
the HeadHardHatress, and I will bring you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. Well, like I said in the pre-show, we're going to be working on kind of an interesting thing over the weekend. This weekend, we still got half a day Saturday, and we've got Sunday to do this. And what I want to do is next weekend is the NCGO Fall Fling, which is the huge, big event that the NCGO does every year. Matter of fact, they're this close to going mega with it. They're a going. And they are a going so close to mega status. They get really close to that. And so we're going to have our tent up for GeoSnippits. And I wanted to do something a little special because this time...
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, Amy and I usually, when we work a show, we're pretty much stuck at the tent.
Yes.
Because people come on by, we say hi, we got a little contest that we give each year, we do all sorts of stuff. So we really like, Geo Woodstock and so many of the other ones, we don't ever really get a chance to go out and enjoy whatever event we're at.
No.
And so this time I wanted to do something where people could do stuff with us not necessarily being at the tent. And to do that, what we're going to do, she looks weird at me, but it's actually
how are they going to do stuff with us if we're not there?
No, they've got something. If they stop by the tent, we'll have literature, we'll have things for them to read, but we'll also have an activity for them to do by themselves if they wish. And what we are going to do is we are going to do a photo op. And we're going to make a plywood wall, standard piece of plywood. We are going to cut it to a size that it looks like a travel bug. We're going to put a hole where you can put your face to look through it. And on the front of it is going to have the Michelin Man. And my daughter Amanda, who is an absolutely fantastic artist, is going to draw it for us. And since it's just white with black, I mean, there's not a whole big color scheme that's involved with this thing. We'll have a white background. We'll have the Michelin Man there, and you put your face, and your face will be the actual face of the Michelin Man. And then underneath it, that'll be in the shot, will be the travel bug number, the public one, the travel bug number that you can turn yourself into a picture of the
travel bug.
You can make yourself the Michelin Man travel bug, and on the side of it will be the actual travel bug where they can actually get the number so that they can send their pictures in.
Right.
But we're not going to have them do pictures of it with the actual number. That's not good. So we're going to put the public number in the picture, and they can get the actual number so that they can send it in and keep it as a keepsake. So I thought that would be kind of cool. So that's what we're going to do this weekend and set it up for next weekend and have them be able to do their own Michelin selfies. I thought that would be kind of cool. That was my thought. That was good stuff.
It is cool.
All right, Miss Amy, why don't we tell the fine folks about we did move the date for the next patron hangout. Why don't you talk about that?
The next patron hangout was moved, and it was moved to October 25th at 2 p.m.
Right, so it's just the following... Yes, it's the following Saturday.
Yes.
Because a lot of people apparently have events on the 18th, and we're going to actually look to see about if we can make it to the one in Georgia. Apparently there's a mega in Georgia on the 18th.
Oh, we are?
We're going to look and see. And no guarantees. We're going to look and see if we can do it, because Georgia's
not terrible.
About 4-5 hours, I think, from here.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
So depending on where in Georgia it's at, we're gonna go take a shot for that and see if we can do that.
And see what's going on.
And see what's going on in Georgia, because that would be a lot of fun. So all right, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm going to see if I can get this up on the screen without blowing everything up. And we have the winner for... let me make sure I did it. There we go. We have the winner for the September Patron Path Tag Design Contest. We had a bunch of entries in. We picked the top 3, and it was up on the GeoSnippits website for an entire, actually, little over a week, but we counted them up to the time that we said that we would. We have a winner, because that's what Amy likes saying. We have a winner of the Path Tag Contest, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the winning Path Tag, making history for the GeoSnippits Reboot Patron Path Tag Contest. Drum roll, please. Wow.
I have to adapt and never come.
Ta-da! All right, the winner is from Chris Ricard. Thank you so much, Chris. This was the winner. If I know you may or may not be able to see the entire part on here, the top of it says "See you out on the trails, folks." The bottom says www.geosnippets.com with the cool GeoSnippets emblem and the patron in the center. This was again had collected the most votes. We want to thank everybody that participated with this, either voting or going through and designing the path tags. Thank you so much. Now, Chris is a patron, and so he is actually going to be winning 2 path tags, and he's going to get a selection out of the GeoSnippets cache stash. We got tons and tons of different prizes that he's going to be able to choose from, and then we will get that out to him as soon as possible. Now, this is how this is going to work with the path tags. We have the design. We're going to submit it this week, and we are going to get the first set of path tags. It's going to run, I think they have a special that they normally have, or an introductory price that they normally have of you get, I believe it's 50 path tags for $99 is the one that pathtags.com runs. So we are going to submit this. We are going to get the first batch of 50 path tags. They keep it on record for 2 years, and then we can renew it if we have to. And if we need more, which I would love to have, because that means we would have more patrons, we will have this to give out. So this is historic. This is absolutely fantastic. And again, congratulations to Chris Rickard for designing the path tag for the GeoSnippets.
He's actually in the chat room.
Oh, excellent. Congratulations. Thank you, Chris. And thanks again for the fun design. We really love it. And apparently so did a lot of other people who voted for it. So excellent stuff. We've got ourselves our path tag. Now it's going to get made. We're going to have it go out, and this is going to be rare. It only goes to patrons. We don't take it to events. We don't give it out. We don't trade it. It goes to you fine folks. So it's going to be a rare path tag. Not many people are going to have it. And if you've ever been to pathtags.com, they have a thing called a wish list. And what that means is they notify the people who own the path tag and say, could you please, someone, could you please? And we're going to say no. It is for patrons only. So awesome stuff. If you want to collect one of these path tags, you got to become a patron and select the path tag reward at the very least. And you can get one of these. And we'll talk more about that later on in the show. So excellent stuff. Another contest down. I am so happy that we got this going because we're rocking. The patron program's getting in gear, and we love it, and we love all the fine folks that are involved with this. All right, so you say, wow. Besides me putting my grandpa glasses on because my eyes are shut. I love when this happens. Yes?
I was just going to tell him about your eye appointment.
Yeah, the eye appointment I couldn't make. See, my eyes got messed up. It happens every once in a while, and so I can see distance. I just can't see 3 feet in front of me with my glasses on without putting them down to the end of my nose.
Which works well for me sometimes.
Yes. So the eye appointment that I was supposed to go to got postponed a couple of weeks till my eyes can clear up. So needless to say, that's why I look like Grandpa, is because that's the only way I can read the stuff. But we digress. So you say, wow, cool stuff, great stuff. We love all the things that Amy and Andy do on the show. How do I get into this? How do I win these prizes? How do we contact them? Because we've got ideas for the show as well. We want to get in on the prizes. How? It's very simple. It's for you to reach us and get in touch with us on the show. All you have to do is is these following things. One, watch the live feed with us and joining us in the chat room by going to www.geosnippits.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have all our social media sites. We've got Twitter, we've got Facebook, we got Google+, and we've got YouTube and even Pinterest. Go figure. All you have to do is go to geosnippits.com, and in the upper section with the menu, click on social links, and you can have access underneath the glowing pictures of Amy and myself or the show. You can click on each of the social links there, and it'll set you up as far as following us on each of those. The two that you really, really want to look into is Google+. And the reason for that is we get a lot of our information when we ask questions about the show. We got a show that comes up. We need information from geocachers. We usually put it out on Google+. So make sure you get Amy and myself in your Google+ circles so that when we ask questions for information, you're able to respond to that. Amy is very big into Facebook, so make sure you click on Amy's Facebook page. Also, definitely, I'm starting to sound like Rain Man. Click onto the YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Just on the right-hand side of our website, right down below the viewing screen, click on the YouTube subscribe button and get us in there. So every time... Kmart sucks. I'm just saying. Anyways...
Oh, you are
that's
so
part
good
of the movie. I'm just saying.
You're so good to get ribbed for that.
I worked for him. I can say it. Anyways, if you go and subscribe and click on the button every time we do a video, every time we do a podcast, every time we do anything that's YouTube related, you will get that right in your subscribe section, and it's just a great way. You don't have to go fishing, and I'm afraid to ask. And so you don't have to go fishing for it. It's right there in your box waiting for you. It's a great way to go. Finally, we have our voicemail line. Grandpa glasses here. We have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, your suggestions by calling 919-341. Try that again, Andy. 919-341-9519. Or you don't even have
on numbers this week.
Or you letters next week. I'm up to D. Wow, this is going to be one of those shows. And we don't even have the guys on yet. So you just write us. We're going to move on because that's how it is. Click on our send voicemail tab so that we can get stuff from you.
He's trying to be so professional.
She's making me laugh. Wow.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to move on. So, yes, send us a letter, send us an email, send us a voicemail. We love to hear from you.
I'm not supposed to drop toothpicks near you.
Or any other sharp object right now. I'm just saying. Okay. So, anyways, it's free and give it a try.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
This week we have Sad Amy. Let's see, Sad Amy. We have no viewer feedback this week. So we have Sad Amy, which looks like Happy Amy because she starts spitting up out of her nose if she stays in that position too long.
I can't do it very long this week.
Wow. See what sickness can do to you?
Yeah, sickness is very bad.
Wow. All right.
Anyway.
On to our next contest.
You did this.
As you can see behind us, and if you can't see, I'm going to shift it over to here on this view. We have not one, not two, but 3 Michelin men left.
I don't see any Michelin.
Well, that's cut off the top, and they can see. Anyways, we got 3 Michelin trackables left for the Michelin Quest for Adventure, and what'll happen with that is we give away until they are gone. I'm still waiting for a response from Michelin. I sent it late Friday. I didn't expect anything till Monday, anyways. But we've got 3 trackables left. And we're going to give away 1 each show until they're gone, and hopefully we can get more, but I don't have a clarification on that. So I don't want to promise something that we don't have. But we do have 3 left, 3 Michelin trackables left, and we're going to give away 1 each week until they're gone. If you have any questions, comments, or want to look up more information about the Michigan Quest for Adventure, go to Michelin.geocaching.com and check that out, and you will be able to get all the information and how to, if you find a Michelin trackable, how to send in your pictures so that you get a chance of winning a $1,000 set of tires plus a whole bunch of other goodies. So again, Michelin.geocaching.com is where you get all the details. So why don't we do the drawing, Miss Amy? And I will bring this up here so that people can see us a little bit better. We are going to do the drawing to give our next Michelin Man trackable, and I'm going to do this just a little bit different than we normally do.
Oh, good.
Is because I have the information up here to select from. I've got a different way from my tablet than to pull up the information I need for all the people that are looking for a Michelin Man trackable that they sent to us. So what I need for you to do is flip your magic coin and tell me heads or tails. And I already have a number preset. So are we going from the top of the list down or from the bottom of the list up?
I have to actually flip it.
Okay, good stuff. And you caught it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's heads.
Heads. All right. So the winner for... All right. I want to mark it here, and then I will tell the person that we have that won it. I'm bringing up their information. You're messing me up here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sitting there. She's sitting on the laptop moving the mouse, and I'm over here trying to get this up on the screen.
Well, you're usually on your tablet.
All right, I had it clicked there. There you go.
Me.
Thank you.
Come
and
on.
They're screaming, "Tell us the winner!" Wow. The winner is Doom Buddy. Doom Buddy, what we are going to need is your address to send this Michelin trackable to you. And again, we've got 2 more left, 2 more weeks to give away the final 2 Michelin Man trackables. Again, congratulations to Doom Buddy. You are the winner of the Michelin trackable that we are going to give away.
I was like, what's Michigan got to do with anything?
I'm from Michigan.
I know you are,
but it just comes from there. That's where it goes. So that's how that works.
All right.
All right. And I'm going to put this up real quick. And then we will have this set up. All right. There's that. And we will be all set for the next one. Excellent.
You invited yourself?
To what?
This?
I invited myself to this.
Yeah, your first email.
Oh, I don't know what. And people are looking and going, what are they talking? Can we stick to the program, please? I'm just saying.
Oh, whatever. So, this whole show, really? Stick to the program now?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. All right, good stuff. Wow, as she nudges me. Let's move on, please, for the love of all that is. Let's move. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Cache-Advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cache-Advance.com. Go find it. And also by
Coinsandpins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippets websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Moving on. Yeehaw! Yep. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 82, Halloween Geocaching Ideas. Well, should we do it? Should we let the hounds loose?
Oh, God, he's already had 2, so I don't know.
Okay. We have 2 special guests, and no, I'm not going to click on the hang up button here. I'm going to click on the invite people. We have 2 guests.
Get ready, guys.
That we are going to invite to the hangout, and we'll see if we can get them in. And we're very pleased about this.
This was kind of a surprise for both of us.
This is kind of a surprise. It
happened about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, pretty much. And we have this going, and we're going to see if we can get these guys on. They are amazingly funny, and they're just
Which
good.
is why my face has turned red
Yes.
3 times already because I was laughing.
Because we are doing the show today at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we have time for these fine folks to come on because it's like 7:30.
I've already been told that they were in this for the long haul, and they've got DVR for Doctor Who.
Oh, that's right. It's Saturday.
Yes.
See, we got another 5 or 6 hours before Doctor Who's on, so we get to see that then, and I DVR it too, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the invites went out, guys. If you get a chance to join it, and while we're waiting for them to come in,
There's Colin.
and there's Colin in. Now, Colin, for the people listening and watching on the video, Collin French is
not French.
Huh?
He's not French.
He's not actually French. He's actually British. And we try not to hold that against him. He's actually a really good friend of ours.
Yes, he's very nice.
And Colin is and there he is. Hey, Colin, how you doing, sir? Can you hear us?
I can.
All right, now
Give me
I
just a
have
second.
to do this as a disclaimer since this is going out to a family-friendly show. You will behave yourself, sir.
He's behaving. It's
Of
Mark.
course, I do run a family-friendly show.
I do love the T-shirt, though. That's very fitting for today's show.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
just
I would
watched
actually
the
wear
video.
it.
Hang on a
We also have our other guest coming in,
Who is our problem child?
who is our problem child, but that's all right. He's the kid we keep in the attic.
Yes. Also known as Mark.
Mark Downey, and also known as Banana Sauce or Binary Source or
Oh,
on the
yes, Mark.
sauce
I
or-
forgot to tell you. He came up with a whole new name for you. He said
Yeah.
binary source.
I've heard.
I'm like, it's not binary. He's like, yes, it is. I'm like, no.
I've
it's
addressed
Benign
it.
Source.
Yeah, I've addressed it.
I'm interested.
Now, Mark. Colin is the main host with the UK Geocaching Podcast,
Yes.
and Mark is also the main host for the Old Beat podcast,
Which he does with his son.
which he does with his son, and both of them are co-hosts on the Chasing Smileys podcast.
Along with Paul.
With Geo Paul and that, so there's a whole plethora of people that do the show, a series of podcasts, and I am so happy to have them on. Now, I saw. Did you guys ever see Galaxy Quest? The actual movie Galaxy Quest with Tim Allen in it. Basically it's a
Not
Star
yet.
Trek. It's a Star Trek ripoff type movie that's very, very funny. It's made to be a spoof. And when they get into the final part of the whole thing, they come on stage at a convention. They crash into the convention. They come out as their final appearance on there. And one of the actors actually comes on, and they say, and so from the starship such and such, and clap for them, folks, they're British. So I'm just saying.
Have we just been insulted?
Excellent.
It's a
I
funny
think so.
part.
I had
I'll
to.
have to watch this.
I have to watch.
Galaxy Quest is a funny movie. Very funny.
Yeah, we had to look up the phrase cotton buds earlier
Oh yeah.
because we didn't know what they were.
Once again, Amy was off, and not to be too off topic, we will actually get back to the show. We get.
Silly man.
We actually, Amy's talking to, was it Mark?
Yeah.
And we were talking about animals and their favorite toys, and we have a cat that happens to love this piece of garbage. And
Well, it's a plastic cup.
yeah. And Mark had said that, was it your dog that
No,
liked?
it's his cat.
Uh-huh.
The cat, yeah.
And the cat loved
Cotton
cotton buds.
I'm like,
And Amy's like, Andy.
what's a cotton bud? I don't know. So he pulls out his tablet and he's like, British terms. And he's looking that up and he's like,
And it popped up
and
as
yeah.
what we refer to as a Q-tip is a brand name in the United States.
Yes.
And Mark kindly referring to that's not a Q-tip. What is?
It's a rapper.
What a cool name.
Yeah. He's a rapper.
Wow.
So, yeah,
The stuff you learn through, and I
I'm
love
like,
it.
okay, I may actually use that.
All right, so let's
Pass
move.
me a cotton bud.
Let's move
I
on.
like it.
Tonight's episode, believe it or not, is Halloween Geocaching Ideas. And actually, I'd love to hear this from you guys. And there's a definite reason about Halloween Geocaching Ideas and the UK. And I'll explain what that is in a minute. But tonight we're going to go over some ideas of different things that you can get into the Halloween spirit because it's only a few weeks away. Believe it or not, the holidays are upon us.
Yes.
And so for you, if you're going to set up a Halloween geocaching event, you want to do even a Halloween party and invite people over, you got to start doing it now. So here's some of the ideas that we had tonight that deals with Halloween. Now, there are plenty of places to look on the web for things that are geocaching related in Halloween, but one of the main sources that we found again, and we've been heckled a lot about this. Yeah, Pinterest is tons and tons of cool ideas that you can do geocaching based from Pinterest. So if one of the things that you want to look stuff up, that you want to get an idea, that is a great resource besides just looking in the web. Some of the stuff that you can look into is travel bugs. Now, a Halloween travel bug would be really, really simple to make. A travel bug, if you don't know, is a travel bug tag with a special ID code on it that is tracked on geocaching.com. And you can literally attach anything onto it. I've seen everything from fast food store toys to semi-trucks. So there are a ton of things that you can do with that. And you can have different kinds of themes that deal with Halloween. One of the ones that I thought would be really, really cool to do would be things like shrunken heads, eyeballs, bats.
Oh, the
cats.
head with the gauze.
Yeah, the little gauze thing on it. There's a ton of different things. You just want to make sure that they're durable and that they, they're going to last when they're out there. But it's really kind of cool to have in there. For trackables. Have you ever seen any geocaching themes, guys, from when it comes to Halloween?
Just one.
What's that?
A Baby Jane one, it was called, and it was a severed baby's doll head.
Oh, awesome.
It was a bit out of character. It was in the middle of a series around the airport near here, and it was strange compared to all the other caches, but it's close enough come to a Halloween one.
Yeah, that's neat. And I'm sure a lot of times people try to keep things as, fairly, PG as possible. And go
it was obviously not real because it was tiny, but it had a little bit of blood around the neck and all that business.
Just enough for mommy and daddy to explain why this is in the geocache. Awesome.
Yeah, the kids still talk about it. Something about Mary Jane or something it was called.
Yeah. Now, Mary Jane must be something like Lizzie Borden here.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, because Lizzie Borden is a one that pops up from legend from the Western days. And
I thought
back when.
Yeah, she was quite a little princess.
Yeah, she had a way of removing parents from her site.
Well, I thought Mary Jane was what Shaggy smoked in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I was thinking Mary Jane has got a whole different connotation over here.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's a legend, I've never heard it, but yeah, it was a weird one.
People become legends in their own mind at that point.
Yes, and then it morphs.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. You can purchase travel bug tags. You notice how I try to pull things in. You can purchase travel bug tags online, many places.
Refocusing me, Mark.
Yes. Anywhere online, they're about $5 a piece, and get a bunch. They're a lot of fun to watch travel bugs as they go from one geocache to the next. I've got several that have 80,000 miles or so and been all around the world.
I'm laughing because this is a great idea, but the explanation is just hilarious to me. I don't know why. Probably, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He wants to know if you could make a fake headstone as a cache and put it on a cemetery plot if you own it. since you're not using it yet.
That is an interesting concept,
like,
guys. I'm
Colin's dying
going
laughing.
to throw you to this.
I mean,
because
how cool would that be?
the reason why this is funny to me is because when I piff, I want my tombstone to have a trackable number on it. We've
When you
discussed
what?
this many times.
Yes.
When you what?
I think he said piff.
Oh, okay.
I was sitting there
Yes.
thinking that it's going to mean something different to call it a
I
mark.
have to be
just
so
know
careful
it's
to
gonna
our-
be. I know
our-
it's going to.
Other
I
friends.
thought he was short-tongued.
Wasn't Dr. D saying something in your last show, Mark, about getting a trackable number put on his headstone when he dies?
Yeah, he wants his headstone to be a trackable and a geocache. He wants a drawer put in it.
Now we're getting fancy. I like
Yeah.
that.
But then Dr. D also wants to be made into a bullet, so...
All right. Well, consider the source, I guess. But
But I think,
that's funny.
I want it so that people come by and say hi every once in a while. So if that means having a trackable on my tombstone, then that's what I'm going to do.
Wow. He's going to make sure people have to come visit him.
One way or the other. The other one is, besides travel bugs, you can get geocoins. Now, I was actually rather kind of disappointed. I tried doing some research. There are some companies like coinsandpins.com does have a Halloween-based, I have one in my collection, geocoin. Unfortunately, they're out of stock right now.
Oh.
So, and that's the only reason why I didn't get you one. But there weren't a lot out there. Now, there was one in Europe, and if you guys are familiar with this, it's geocoinshop.eu.
Colin, do you know that one?
Don't know that one.
Okay, but it is in there, and it's got a cute pumpkin geocoin that you can purchase, and it's called Halloween Pumpkin Geocoin Red LE. And that one was kind of cute, but there wasn't a ton of actual geocoins that were Halloween-based.
Sure.
Now, I'm sure people make them, but just not many that was on the internet. So I think we need more of those. I think we need more holiday-spirited ones. Now, when I do for Geocoin of the Month, they will throw some in. I've got a couple of really good Halloween or even holiday-based geocoins that are really kind of cool, but that's a specialty thing. You get a different one each month, and you have no control of what that is. They just happen to be sometimes the right theme for the right holiday. But not too many overall that was out there. Another one was travel fleas. And travel fleas are really kind of interesting. Did you guys even? I know you're not too much into path tags. Do you even know about travel fleas?
Yeah, we've got some actually.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
We had a conversation about them on the latest Chasing Smileys. Mark Paul had managed, I think in his last geocaching video, he showed his little travel flea that he had, and he was sort of moving them on. So yes, travel fleas are something that I'm aware of.
Awesome.
Was I drunk for that?
You got what now?
Sorry.
Was I drunk for that bit of the show?
Probably. No, we were just
remember.
talking about his introduction video where he's going through the contents of his caching bag, and he had travel flea in there.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
travel fleas, for the people that don't know, there is no actual tracking number on it. Now, Mark, did you get some that were specially made with your name on it, or did you purchase like a certain type?
Yeah, we got them with our name on. Well, I think they were $10.
Yeah, for 10, I think.
Yeah. We use
That's
them as swappables in caches.
Yeah, and you can give it
So
for
they're like path tags.
well, kind of. Path tags have ID numbers on it. The way travel fleas work is, say you find a travel bug out in the wild. You take one of your travel fleas, you attach it to the travel bug, so it goes along for the ride. It's a hitchhiker.
Oh.
And what you do is you track the travel bug as it goes,
Oh.
and your flea goes along with it and stays.
Oh.
And sometimes you get a bunch of them collected on it, depending on the areas that they go through. Or it makes really kind of cool swag to just be able to put one out and go that way.
Could you just get a little keychain thing at the dollar store and do the same thing?
Yeah, I suppose, but it's not as identifiable because you can actually make it personalized to you.
Oh, all right.
So that's what that is.
A lot like you can a path tag.
Yeah. It's just that path tags have an ID code on it that's, tracks to you that way.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, the way we track ours is I kept is it a bookmark on that
A watch
trackable.
list for it?
A watch list for the trackable, and that's the way I track it. But there's no other, as you say, there's no other way of tracking it at all.
Yep. Other than that, that's the only way is to keep a watch on that particular travel bug, and then you can live vicariously through the travel bug.
Yeah.
And go that route.
All right.
Some other things that you want to consider when you're doing your Halloween adventures are photo ops. Many geocaching events and geocaches give you an opportunity for a Halloween-based photo. But what usually happens with those kind of cases is you kind of have to be prepared for it. So in other words, if you're going to a geocache that is Halloween-based and you know it, why not bring along a mask or some kind of Halloween costume that you can have with it? It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fancy. But, just having your picture taken next to the zombie is okay. But to have yourself zombitized as well, I think that would just make it that better of a picture. And how many opportunities do you get to actually do that? Have you guys ever actually...
You've never been to the UK?
No. Are you saying they're already zombitized?
Just look at this face. Look at the other one on your screen, Andy. It's quite a scare. There you go.
I was thinking, it's not as bad as with the pink earphones from the Hangout, but it's there. Mark's gorgeous. Don't let him fool you. But yeah, I think if you have the opportunity where you're actually going to, and now I've actually gone to geocaching Halloween events, and it's a lot of fun, and you get dressed up for that. But if you're actually going out and you know that you're going to a series or something like that, and you're actually gonna see some cool, spooky, neat-made geocaches, why not add to the picture? I think that would be a lot of fun. Let's see. Some of the other ones. Let's see. Of course, getting dressed for an event. The other one that I thought, and I wondered what you guys would do if you'd even do this, is just out in the middle of a bunch of muggles. And just go out with a mask on and dressed up and have yourself photo selfie there. Just the reactions of the people there would be priceless.
I'd probably
It's
get
not
shot.
Halloween. That's Nottingham for you. It's not Halloween related. We did a flash mob in the middle of Cheddar, which is in Somerset, and it wasn't Halloween related, it was Christmas related, but it was for one of the worldwide flash mobs, and it was July, and we all dressed up as Christmas people. So doing stuff like that isn't really that way out for us over here.
Like, oh, there they go again.
Have you seen what Colin Cash is in?
Yes.
Yeah, so dressing up isn't anything for Colin.
Hey, do you see the outfits we're wearing? This is normal clothes. I'm just saying.
People, if we're dressed in regular human clothes, people say, "Where's your tie-dye?"
Yes. So it's definitely
regular human clothes.
Yes, we don't.
Yes,
I get the same thing for my. I get the same thing for my trousers if I go to an event without them.
Yes.
I'm swear I'm going to find out if. I mean, we've seen you do it and you didn't actually combust. If you went to one of our last hangout where Colin was on, he has jester pants. Okay, he has. I think that's actually referred to as argyle. I'm not quite sure, but they're tie-dye color diamonds for pants. And then he actually wore, in honor of us, he actually wore a tie-dye shirt, and he didn't go up in flames. So that was awesome. When you combine those two forces together, you are playing with nature there.
Do you know they're actually chef's trousers?
Are they really?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I want a pair. I've got to do it. We'll move the tradition on.
We'll bring it over here to the States.
We can sort something out for you. It's not a problem.
Okay. We will work this out. We're going to have to. That's
he found
awesome.
some easily over there, so they got to be over there.
We got to work it out.
Yep.
I got to have a pair.
Yeah.
The world may never be the same, but we'll do it.
Yeah.
Let's see, Halloween geocache ideas. There was a lot of stuff that we had that I really liked. Geocache or GCProject.com, which you can get a lot of statistical information about geocaching, not only for the different geocaches around the world, but also your own stats and many of the different challenges and things that you can do. It's, again, GCProject.com. And just looking for, and I was kind of disappointed again, not too many that I expected for a worldwide thing, out of just putting the word Halloween in a geocache name. There's only 592 active right now that
Really?
are out there. I thought there'd be a whole lot more than that, but that's how many that are out there.
Disappointing.
Yeah, and it was interesting. I mean, I thought it was great to look for, but that's all I saw on it. But let's go over a couple that were sent in to us, and I'm going to let you, Amy, read some of this because my eyes aren't going to pick up that lower amount. But if you would read some of the stuff that's in here for Geocache
Oh,
Ideas.
somebody mentioned you in a kilt. All right, from DeBear and his...
We'll leave that there for
Yeah.
now. Go ahead, Colin.
No, it's alright. It was just the kilt thing because I've got the material to make a kilt from the diamond
See?
stuff, and I really
there you
want the
go.
kilt.
Oh,
Yes.
I'd do it, and you know I would. So
Yes, you would.
we're just saying,
Kilt and tennis shoes. That's going to be good.
and that's it.
Doctors.
Oh, that'll just bring too many visions and too many people. I'm sorry for the nightmares we just
Yeah.
created.
Yeah, unsee that.
I feel violated.
Geocache Ideas, Miss Amy.
As he refocuses. From DeBear and his only Googlebot reads this blog: Geocaching Adventures, Blue Ghost Tunnel, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, we'll leave all these, all this fun craziness in the show notes today too, as well. If you want to go check all this out, DeBear, if you don't know, is the co-host of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, and Dave's a good friend of ours always. And he sent us a couple of ideas, and this particular one, the Blue Ghost Tunnel, sounds really good, and it also is attached to or nearby another one known as the Screaming Tunnel.
Yeah.
And these are some really creepy underground geocache hunts that you want to go for. Why don't you say for the Blue Ghost Tunnel what the GC code is?
The GC code is GCG481.
Yeah, you want to check this out, and if you actually, again, we'll have the link in the show notes to check out Dave's article. It's from his blog. He was in Ontario, Canada, and actually got to go into these tunnels.
That's cool.
And one of the ones is a worker had died in the tunnel, was there for days before they found her. The people nearby swore they could hear screaming while the woman was there, and then after she had passed away, and again, this happened years and years and years ago, you can still hear the screams as you go through the tunnel. That kind of stuff. Ha ha ha. Halloween. Love it. So
Was
again,
Dave wearing a kilt?
one more time?
Was Dave wearing a kilt?
No, I don't believe Dave. That wasn't Kilt Day. That's Thursdays.
Ah, okay.
So that's a whole different thing.
Just asking.
And don't think he wouldn't do it either. I'm telling you.
He's Canadian.
Why don't you read the next one, please?
I'm going to massacre this first name.
It's Michael.
Is it Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Does
It's
it look
just
like
spelled a
Michael?
little different.
Does it look like Michael?
It's Tom.
Gonna massacre Michael.
It doesn't look like Michael.
Why don't you
Oh,
spell
bless.
it?
Bless. The Southerners are so
Spell it.
special, aren't they?
Mikeal.
See, that doesn't
It's
look
either
like...
Michael or Michael.
See, exactly.
Michael.
Yeah, go for it.
Doesn't look like Michael.
Anyways, Michael said. And then, Michael,
Yeah.
if we don't get this right, please write a hate mail to Miss
No,
Amy.
write
at
it to him. He
GeoSnippits.
said it.
All right, go for
For
it.
the 9th year running, Colorado cachers are hosting a haunted maze. They have multiple events for the maze, including one coming up in a few weeks called Fright in Falcon 9, GC59F6N. They have a custom geocoin designed for the event, multiple drawings, a costume contest, etc. And of course, the haunted maze itself, which is open throughout the holiday season. Every year is one of the largest events in the area.
Awesome. So, yeah, lots of events going on, a lot of different geocaches that you can go for. These were just a couple that we pulled up for examples. The other ones that you want to consider as well is Halloween Geocaching Series, and that's where you're talking about a set of geocaches all with the same theme, and having a Halloween theme is awesome. Now, one of the things that I would wonder for something like this, and guys, maybe you have a little input on that, is if you're having a holiday-based theme, do we keep it up all year, or should this be something that you can only put up for a couple of months for fun and go that way?
It
Colin,
loses its impact if it's up all year, surely.
And I've heard that there are some that they keep up all year that have been up for years, and the maintenance for it hasn't exactly been the best. So the skeletons are there with, you know, in pieces, and it doesn't have the same quality scare that it used to was.
But it tends to be skeletons and things, and things that don't really last that long, doesn't it?
No. And, I mean, if you got Santa in the middle of October or July and he's been out for a couple of years, I'm thinking age may have something to do with that as well.
My only issue with it is I like to see themed caches. They're absolutely fantastic. But the requirements on a geocache listing says that it should be there for about 3 months, or a minimum 3 months, I think. It used to say that.
Right.
So you can't take it down straight away just because it's got the holidays gone. Then you've got to maintain it, and like you say, it loses its edge because it's not Halloween anymore, it's not Easter, it's not Christmas or whatever. So, you know, it's a difficult call.
Yeah.
Is this when the lab caches come in then? Something that is temporary.
Yeah.
And I have seen lab caches that were based on a theme like that.
Yeah, you put them out. It's a lab cache, so you know it's not going to be there long. You put it out, serves its purpose. You take it back.
Yeah, and if it isn't a lab cache, like you said, 3 months. 3 months would not be bad, because that gives you enough time for the people to find it a little early, to get in the mood for things, and then keep it a little bit late if you didn't catch it in time.
Or would it be best to think ahead and put it out as, if it was a Halloween, for example, put it out as something you could repurpose easily?
Yeah. Take that old skeleton, throw that elf hat on, you're happy.
The Grinch that stole Christmas or something. I don't know.
You know, that's a thought. We'll have to look into that one. That would be interesting.
What you're saying, Mark, could work, though. You could. One of the comments that I've just seen in the chat room is that you'd have to keep the location all year, because otherwise they might get taken by another cache. So you would perhaps have it as the themed cache for Halloween, for Christmas, for Easter or whatever, and then the rest of the time it's just a standard cache, and you make it special. You know, change it up around the holiday periods.
It's like those ceramic ducks that you see on people's porches where they put different costumes on each part of the year.
I hate these freaking things.
Colin, get your gnome out.
There you go.
Here we go.
Oh, I can't. He's gone.
You've lost your gnome? That wasn't rude, Amy.
I had a full-size traveling gnome travel bug.
Oh, that's
and he
right.
was sort of this size. He was a good foot tall.
Yeah,
and he was impossible to move on, and I had to take him to an event just to get rid of him.
I remember y'all talking about that in the show now.
Oh, that's awesome. One of the things that you want to do, by the way, folks, just keeping along here, when it comes to a series,
What?
no, it's, you just got to steer the rudder a little bit to the right or the left. That's no big deal. One of the things you want to keep in mind, though, when you're doing a series, it does take time to plan. And I know Daryl W. Ford just did a really good one with Doctor Who, and a lot of other people that when you do put out a series, some of the things that you want to consider is, one, because it does take so much time to plan, how many geocaches you're going to make in the series. I've had some that have had 20, 25 in a series. It just depends on how many you want to do, but also you have to remember maintenance and all those type of things. Also, finding and getting permission for all the locations. That can take some time.
Yes.
Now, one of the ones that I've seen that works a little easier is if you get permission in a park to put X number of of caches out in a series. You get permission one time, you figure out where you're going to place them, and you get permission that way. That seems a whole lot easier than talking to 20 different landowners and going that route. Also, creating the geocaches, that also takes a lot of time for those type of things. So obviously, if you're going to do a theme for a holiday and want to go that way, you're going to have to do this way in advance to plan it.
Well, yeah.
And get it all.
It
then,
takes
of course,
some planning to do a cache in and of itself.
Yeah, and then just for one cache, sometimes it takes a lot of time for that. And then again, just actually placing them can take quite a amount of time. So just keep that in mind. And then finally, posting all the geocaches on geocaching.com takes time for the reviewer
to get them approved.
And sometimes you might even want to send a little note to the reviewer and say, hey, by the way, this is coming down the pipe, and within another couple weeks, these many might be coming at you. And you might get a little better response for that.
Yeah. Just as sorry to go back, just as a thought, Colin, over here, for Halloween, you could combine it with something to do with Guy Fawkes. So it would last a little bit longer, wouldn't it? A little bit more relevant.
So when they open the cache container, a firework goes off.
Not a bad idea.
Surprise!
In America, that
do you guys know the history of Guy Fawkes?
No,
Andy and Amy.
He's a terrorist.
Okay. A very old terrorist. He tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament in 16-something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But it's celebrated every year on the 5th of November as Guy Fawkes Night or Bonfire Night. Hence why you could combine the two, because they're so close together, 31st of October and 5th of November.
And on that day, you burn a guy, don't you? He goes on a bonfire, you burn him.
Oh, is that like Fireman? Is that what they have here? What's the one? There is actually a pagan celebration, and it goes back like, I don't know, 20 years ago. It's an old
Burning Man.
That's it. Burning Man. Yes. Sounds similar to that.
Firemen ride
I'd love
fire
to go to
trucks.
that.
Yes, they do. Thank you, Miss Avey. I appreciate that.
Fireman.
That was the first thing that popped in before the actual word.
No, Burning Man is not the same as Bonfire Night. Burning Man is a whole pagan celebration over a week in, I think it's the Nevada desert, and they set this 300-foot man on fire at the end of it to celebrate the closing of the festival. How come I know more about this than you guys?
I don't know, but I want to take you there just for fun. That'd be awesome.
Is he wanting to burn you, Colin?
No. Just it would make a great bonfire. I'm saying.
How rude.
How come he knows more about our country than we do?
Oh, please. They got to do something. I mean, come on. Their country's the size of, New England or something.
No, it's not. It's the size of Texas.
Massachusetts.
Texas.
Okay, Texas.
It's not as big as Texas.
Oh, so they got to come, get our stuff. Montana.
We're having it.
They said apparently Burning Man is a post-apocalyptic
festival.
Feast is before it, and then this is a family show. We can't get into that. Anyways,
I can't.
We'll leave it right there. Some of the other, this is the part that I really got a kick out of. I looked up also different Halloween series geocaches out there.
Why did you only stick to Southern England?
Because this is where most of them that popped up, and maybe you guys have heard of these before.
Why didn't you go to the Midlands where Mark is?
Because they didn't pop up.
Excuse me?
These are the ones that... I'll leave it there. These are the ones that popped up. So it's not like I singled Mark out and said, no, we can't do that. Sorry. He's
victimizing us.
I'll tell you.
Raise them.
I think you got something against Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me going on that. So some of these series you may have actually heard of.
Big staff.
It's like they're part of the same thing. So I just thought the names were cool. For a Halloween series, one was called Mind Your Head. These are all in Southern England. Another one's R.I.P. Rest in Peace.
Yeah, because he doesn't like Midlands.
The Spooky Woods. And again, these GC codes we'll have in the show notes for everybody that wants to check
Ooh,
these out.
Sydney the Spider.
Sydney the Spider. And the bonus one was called Trick or Trick.
That's not much of a choice there.
We've done that trick-or-treating. That's a whole different subject. When I was a child and the police let me go. I'm just
that's
saying.
Good. Yeah.
There is another one around here that we've got. It's actually about 40 miles north of me up in Salisbury. It's called the Grovely Witchcraft. And apparently it's these 5 sisters that were supposed to be, and they were found guilty of witchcraft, and they were killed, burned, and then the ashes were buried in 5 separate locations around this forest.
Wow.
And what I wanted to do one year was take my scouts out and do this Grovely Witchcraft ring with all the spookiness on Halloween or near to, so that they could do it as a bunch of night caches and see if we could really scare them that way. I wasn't allowed to.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was this a significant other thing, or they just didn't want to?
No, it was a scouting thing.
Southern thing.
Oh, that's scouting. Okay. It's Southern.
Yes, Boy Scouts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're kind of particular.
That's a shame, because that would.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in the Boy Scouts. That I would have loved that. That
Yeah.
would have been awesome.
Well, the Boy Scouts
I think they would have loved
they're
it
kind
too.
of peculiar over here too, about stuff like that.
Did she just say something rude
He's
there?
saying Boy Scouts are peculiar.
Yes,
Wow.
they are.
She's obviously never been to one of our jamborees. I'm just saying.
They are peculiar. I was a Girl Scout. Boy Scouts were peculiar.
This is a family show. I'm leaving it right there because I will get in trouble.
Yes, you will.
I did actually find a couple of other series in the States that was interesting. One in Nebraska, up to your eyeballs.
Oh, you didn't even get North Carolina.
And they weren't there. What can I say? And the other one in Georgia that I saw was called Not So Bitsy, or Not So Itsy Bitsy. So I'm thinking spider.
Is that
could
just
be
a spider one?
I'm thinking, and not a little one.
Yeah.
Y'all are fast. Y'all are really quick.
Y'all, we are.
You all have weird spiders over there. They're far too big for my liking. You can keep them. So if it's Itsy Bitsy over here, it's this big. But I'm presuming that Itsy Bitsy over there is something like that.
Well,
yeah,
you
I don't like them
you
either.
big spiders are.
realize there is a live spider in North Carolina that's called the huntsman.
And it's as big as a dinner plate.
And it's as big as a dinner plate. It hunts birds and small rodents.
That's the one I keep hearing about. That sounds terrifying.
It is.
Only when you
hate
find
it.
Only when you find it in your shower. I'm just saying.
No, it is horrible anyway. Regardless, it should die and leave and never reproduce again.
Oh. Our little cat actually hunts them in the bath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't have problem with bugs.
She's
Yeah,
great.
we got stuff too. The house is pretty clean of anything. You may find an individual wing every once in a while, but that's about it.
We had a bug get in the house one time, and I fussed at every single one of them. I'm like, we got 5 cats in this house, and a bug got in? Are you kidding me? One of y'all needs to ante up and kill this little thing.
Cole, do you see how easy it was?
Yes,
Just mention cats. Just mention cats. Derails the whole show.
See? And they do this every time. They have this plan
that
every
is the
time.
plan.
I've got a cold.
And that's why I
They're
steer the
taking
boat here.
advantage of me.
Yes, and you know
See
it.
how they do?
They're doing a fine job.
Yes.
Amy.
They're British. So they can't help it.
Moving on.
They're British. They can't help it.
Stop. Moving on. We're gonna get to this last 3 things if it kills me. I'm just saying.
I'm English. I'm not British.
Oh, don't even start English. We're not even getting into this.
No, English.
Yes.
You wait till we're voting for independence.
Again, I'm not getting into this.
to get back onto your on track.
Yes.
Colin, you mentioned night caches. Yeah. How
Yes.
easy is how easy, as you say, you want to take the Boy Scouts and do a night cache? They're brilliant for Halloween. You can so easily adjust those to be a Halloween cache. Make it
Absolutely. I mean, I mean, my original intention was not just to take the scouts out to find the caches, but it was to have almost like a support crew that would jump out and scare them at the same time.
Oh, now see, that would be
dressed
awesome.
up in costumes with.
Yeah, and
we had it all planned out, and I got told no.
You could do the whole campfire thing and have a tell the ghost stories with the torchlight and things. That'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a proper event even.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, for Halloween events, we've got a couple here that came in through Google Plus, and one of the things before we get into that I remember we were attending a North Carolina, actually the Fall Fling for NCGO, which is one of the biggest events in North Carolina. The night before the actual NCGO, they had a Halloween event. And everybody, of course, got dressed up, and you've got the big camping fire. It was all at a park, that kind of thing. And we just had an absolute riot for something like that. So if you can have nighttime geocaching and even put out temporary ones, they don't even have to count. Just go out in the woods to go have a good time and use it as an activity is such a riot for something like that. We had a fantastic time. DeBear actually was telling about one. Let's see if you could read these, Amy, for me, if you would. Let's see. We want this one right here.
All right. The GC code is GC5DQ48 for drive-by. Oh, I like that. For drive-by trick-or-treating cachers or anyone who wants to hang out for a few hours. Free hot chocolate, apple cider, and a handy-dandy, dentist-disapproved treat bowl.
Yeah, DeBear's having one. It's GC5DQ48. So if you're out on the western side of North Carolina, be sure to go check that out. But I mean, there's just a ton of different events that you can actually have for things like that. Just if you're going to do something like that, you only got a couple of weeks to set one up. But just to have geocachers come over and have a good old time for Halloween, it would be awesome. So get out there and set your own events up. Awesome stuff. Guys, any final thoughts about Halloween and themed type geocaching stuff?
Colin?
Not really, not for me. Nope.
All right.
I was thinking that from everything that's just been said, Halloween and things like that lend themselves more to events than they do to actual placing caches, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
It really does seem to, because that way you can do kind of a little bit of everything. You really can.
Yeah, you can make a bit more of a special effort, which an event lends itself to.
Absolutely. Plus, you get to personalize it to any way you want with it, which makes a lot of fun, even if you do wear a kilt. So,
yeah. I think it's much more of a stateside thing, though, than an English thing. It's not something that's celebrated hugely over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, we've got the Halloween Mega over here on, the 25th of October, Mark?
Yeah, it is.
But it's yeah.
Sorry,
it's something that's very much more celebrated by the Americans rather than the British. So it's going to be something that's bigger over there all round.
Yeah, and even culturally in the United States, different areas have it more than others. Up in Michigan, where I'm from, we would have busloads of kids on Halloween and go that route. Down here, if we get a dozen.
Well, I think it depends on the area.
In the area and how it works.
Yeah.
But I've seen in different areas it's celebrated more than it's.
Because I think my brother and his wife get more kids than we do.
Yeah. So there's different ways of doing it, and how to make that work in your neck of the woods is one of the ways that you want to figure out and take advantage of. All right, good stuff. Let's move on.
My apologies.
Guys, you're more than welcome to hang around for the rest of the show if you want. If not, however you want to stick around, you're more than welcome to go with that. But otherwise, we're going to move right on with the show. Your support helps keep all the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through our link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us in GeoSnippets, we thank you. Now, one of the things, and you guys, seriously, you've been in podcasting, and you know this is not cheap, that there's a lot of expense that builds onto this. You guys might want to actually consider the patron program for your individual shows.
Yep.
And this is actually a real good one. Now, the reason why I can say this so comfortably with Colin and with Mark is because they are patrons for the show here, and we thank them very much for being that. Patron, just to give you the Reader Digest version, is just a way of having our viewers and our listeners support the show, because there is a lot of expense when it comes to that. If you go to geosnippets.com on the right side of the screen and click on Static J's little message that he has, because he did a bunch of research, and he very eloquently said why you should become a patron and help support our different shows, because the cost is there, and a lot of times it comes right out of our pockets, and for you to help is greatly appreciated so that we can keep doing the shows. And so becoming a patron, the way ours is set up, is very simple. You go to www.patreon.com/HeadHardHat and select one of the different rewards. And what those rewards do, and they're nested, so the more you pay into the higher end rewards, you get all the ones below it as well. And you can get into things like our patron pre-show podcast. You can get into our hangouts. You can get into our brand new, we just announced it today, that the path tag has been acknowledged, and we're grateful for that, and those will be created shortly. And you guys will, if you register for the path tag reward, those will be coming to you very soon. But there's different rewards for you contributing to us based on the amount of money that you give. Plus, we have contests all the time too, just for patrons as well. And it's a great way for you to help us and for us to give back as well. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We greatly appreciate all our patrons, and we thank you. And if you're considering to become a patron, please do, because literally it's coming towards the end of the year and the big bills start showing up. So everything that you can do to help is greatly appreciated. And like I said, for Colin and Mark, I highly recommend you look into that, because it does help. And literally every penny helps. It really does. Okay. That's good for that. Let's move on. All right, time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Dash. Let me explain what that is. We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world that, quite frankly, they want to tell you fine folks about their products. And so what they do is they send us samples of what they sell, and sorry about that, what they sell, and we then take those and turn them into prizes that we give back to you fine folks. And we do that each and every week. And Amy, why don't you go over what we had for last week for episode 81?
All right. Last week for episode 81 was from coinsandpins.com was the Mile High Club Geocoin.
Yes. Now, this is really cool from Coins and Pins. Basically, what happens is, and I'll show it to you, if you find a geocache that is at the elevation of 5,280 feet or higher, you are eligible for this Geo Achievement Geocoin. On the back of it is tons of room of which you can have engraved on that Coins and Pins will do for you. And this is just an awesome, awesome coin. It is very neat, and that is the prize for last week. What was the question?
According to the geocaching blog stated, runninggeocaching.com was originally funded by the sale of what?
And what was the answer?
144 donated T-shirts.
Yeah, that was it. That's what they used for their funding when it came to starting off. Geocaching.com was selling T-shirts. So awesome stuff. Now, the way this works is I have on my tablet, and I'm going to bring this up right now, I have a random number generator. And on here has the number 1 through the total number of correct answers that we received from last week. Now, the reason why she's laughing, that my my mic goes over. The reason why she's laughing is we have been joking for how long now?
A very long time.
As an example, is the random number we use would be 4. And that means that if Amy flips her magic geocoin over here, if it is 4 and it's heads, we would count down 4 from the top down. If it's tails, we would count up 4 from the bottom. The random number we picked today was 4, so we're just going to tell you. So out of all the times, because we always said it's never 4, it is today. So anyways, so now that you know what this is, we've got our list up on the screen of all the correct answers. We're going to either go from the top of the screen down or from the bottom of the screen up. Miss Amy.
You were so lucky it's from the top again.
Oh, I love it. It does make it so lot easier because otherwise I got to go all the way to the bottom of the list. All right. You know, it's so much easier with the screen this way. I like this.
Yes, but I can't get it positioned.
I'm going to leave that right there. Colin, be nice. All right. The winner is, if Scott Burks was here, he would explode. All right, the winner is Brian Lang. Brian Lang, and you need to have that moved over here. There you go. She puts the name in the show notes so that we keep it. Brian Lang, you are the winner of the Mile High Geo Achievement Coin, and congratulations. Good stuff. I like that. That was a lot of fun. And I'm not even going back to what you said before. But you may say to yourself, hey, wait
so glad
a minute.
Mark's not here.
Yeah, that was, Mark kind of went off, so that was good. We would have been in so much trouble.
Yes.
Doctor
Who came on.
It just made a lot of extra work on my editing part. I'm just saying. So, anyways, you may say, hey, wait a minute, we want to get into this. How do we win? How do we get in and win all these cool prizes that are available to us? And it's really, really simple. All you have to do is send in the correct answer, and the next one has to be in for episode 82. This is wrong on here. You have to have it in by October 8th, 2014, which is next Wednesday. Or this coming Wednesday, now that's Saturday when we recorded this. Get it in by 12 noon, October 8th, 2014. Email it to gsreboot@gmail.com, and in the subject line, you want to put Q1, episode 82. Q1, episode 82. And again, get it in by Wednesday. All correct answers will be put in a drawing, just like you just saw. Some weeks, for the people in our live chat room, we have a second prize. Sorry, folks, not tonight, but at least once a month, we give as a bonus for the people that come in and watch the show live a chance of winning a prize right here, right now. And so, could be next week. You never know. And we will see if we give away a free prize to our live audience. All right, Miss Amy, if you'd be so kind as to tell the fine folks what the question is for this week, episode 82. But why don't we show them the prize first?
Yes, let's. From gxproxy.com, it is a silver whistle and a camo bison tube.
Awesome. So we get a dual package, folks. We've got a silver whistle that says Flip Flop Cacher. And we've got a very cool camo bison tube. That prize is what we're going to give away for episode 82. And thank you to gxproxy.com for all you do for your donations. Thank you. All right, what's the question?
Question is, what day is this year's International Earth Cache Day?
Ooh. One more time.
What day is this year's International Earth Cache Day?
All right, we will find out next week. Get your answers in by Wednesday the 8th, and you will be eligible for the drawing. All right, good stuff. I think we should wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. All right, we hope you enjoyed the show, but please, please, please let us know what you think about tonight's episode, what you like, what you didn't like, and if it's Mark, just let us know. We'll tell him later. Let us know what you think about the show, and we'll be glad to just do more stuff that you want. And give us suggestions about different shows that you want, because we don't want to just make this up each and every week. We want to hear from you, fine folks, what you'd like us to talk about. Also, if you'd please become a patron of the show so that you can help support us and we can help give rewards to you. And then finally, tell other geocachers of what you found about our show and let them know, hey, you want to stop on by and find out about a GeoSnippits Reboot podcast. And just in this episode alone, you've learned about the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast, you've learned about the UK Geocaching Podcast, you learned about the OBeep podcast, and you learned about the Chasing Smilings podcast. Wow! A plethora. Wow. Check them all out because they're awesome.
That's your 50-cent word for today.
What's that?
Plethora.
Plethora, that is the word for today, and I'm not giving it back. I just learned it. Awesome. Good stuff, Miss Amy. Plethora.
We want to thank all our sponsors, cash-events.com and coinsandpins.com. Want to thank Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and thanks to everyone watching in the chat room. Please keep those comments coming in. We'll see y'all next time.
Yes, nobody likes us sad, Amy. Get your comments in so we have viewer feedback. I have to live with this woman. I'm just saying. Make her happy. And finally, we want to say a special thanks to wife Amy. Thank you, darling, for everything you did, even in your sickness. You were still coming in and doing this show. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome stuff. We want to thank Collin French, and we want to thank Mark Dowding for being our special guest on the show. Thank you, guys. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And also, let's see. We'll see you next week on Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Time for another spine-tingling British tasted British.
I don't know where you're going with that, so British, I can't help you. They're not British, they're English.
They're English. Okay, so it would be English accented GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast.
You should probably think before you speak.
I really should, and I don't do that. That's what happens when I don't have my show notes in front of me. It's a good show. We love having it, and we love having them. They're good friends.
And are fortunately very forgiving.
Very forgiving. I was trying to be nice. It's just the brain and the mouth. You know how that works.
Yes, I know very well.
Next week is our October Mishmash episode where we got a whole plethora of different geocaching ideas.
We're going to teach him a new word this week.
And also the following week we have, we've got a lot of response about this already. Right. The following week we are going to have a guide to glues and adhesives. All those different things that you want to do for making geocaches, and the different kind of glues and the different kind of materials and who works best where. So that's what we're going to be talking about in 2 weeks. So that's about everything. Again, folks, we want to say thank you. Have a great week. Be safe out there. We want you back. And, wow, good show. Love it. Let's move on. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcasters. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com, visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. The show is copyright 2014 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. We still did an hour and a half.
Of course we did. Mark and Colin kept redirecting us because
it was good though. I loved it.
Oh yeah,
I loved it, guys. You guys can be on anytime.
Mark.
I'm sorry. One more time.
Do not blame me. It was all Mark.
All right, that's probably pretty fair.
He's still working the master plan though.
What's that?
If you
he
and
has
I
a master plan.
If you and I either get into a fight or disagree because Mark gets us torn apart, that takes out 2 podcasts right there. So.
Oh no. he better bring his big game for that one. That is not going to happen.
I was going to say. All right, good stuff. Hey, folks, we hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll get the what little pre-show podcast we have this week out to you fine folks, to your patrons. And also, thank you so much for stopping on by for this special broadcast. We had a lot of people tonight, for doing it on an off day and an off time. So thank you so much for stopping on by. We're going to end the broadcast here. Have a great one, and we will see you in a couple of days next Thursday. Have a great one, folks. Bye-bye.